Wow. What is going on, comic book community? Welcome to an episode of Josh's Comics. You read that title right. I had some lost books. Recently reorganizing my collection little by little, and I found a nice little stack of keys that I completely forgot to make a video about. So in this next episode of Josh's Comics, stay tuned. We're going to find out what exactly those keys are. Alright guys, so yeah, welcome back. We're going to jump into these books. I completely forgot I picked these up and I have them in the collection. Glad I'm showing them off now. We're going to start off with a nice one. Action Comics, issue number 600, Golden Anniversary issue, an 80-page giant featuring some great Superman covers, or great Superman or action comics of Superman, some great stories, and this is actually a good cover. I really like it. And 80-page giants to me or something I tend to pick up for World's Finest and Batman as well, because it retells older stories that maybe you can't pick up because they're too expensive. So it's a really great buy in my opinion and a great cover. Happy to have that. This next book, some of these books are, like I said, are not keys, or they are in a sense that they're first issues. I love Second and Charles. I need to make another haul trip down there eventually. But Narcos issue number 1. I love this show that is on Netflix. I watched it on about 2 years ago. I watched the whole thing through. It's like 3 seasons. And about Pablo Escobar, Kingpin. Great show if you haven't checked it out. Issue number 1. I said why not. It's and honestly to me I think it's cool. It's an issue 1. And one day, you know, who knows how the future goes down. This next book, I have to get a new bag and a board, but this is What If Daredevil Killed the Punisher. What If Daredevil Killed the Kingpin, from the monumental Born Again storyline. Daredevil is another guy on the show, on the channel, that I love having, collecting, and I love the What If. I think the What If storylines are interesting, because it always makes you wonder, like, what if, I know they have one, like, what if Wolverine killed the Incredible Hulk? What if the Hulk killed Wolverine? What if Fantastic Four fought the Avengers? They have different storylines, and it's always interesting to read them. There's another book, like, what if Elektra didn't die? So, great cover, great Kingpin cover, Daredevil on there, and, you know, fun read. Moving into some of the keys, this is, these two go hand in hand pretty much. This is the Invincible Iron Man, issue number 163. It's the first cameo of Abada Stan, if I'm saying that right, who becomes Iron Mango, hold on, who becomes Iron Manjo, I'm probably not pronouncing that right either, later in the series, and was actually also portrayed by Jeff Bridges in Iron Man 1. Surprisingly, his first cameo is, in my opinion, a underrated, undervalued Iron Man key, or Marvel key in general. Honestly, I thought it would be more, but it's only like a few bucks in high grade. And then you have issue number 166, which is his first full appearance. And spoiler alert, he ends up dying, I think, like 10 issues later or something like that. It's maybe because, I guess, in comic book world, the character wasn't as significant. But yeah, Iron Man does have some affordable keys, really affordable keys, honestly. I'm surprised they're low, so those were two great pickups and great keys to have, in my opinion. The next one is a Second and Charles that I picked up for $3.95. I was surprised to find this. This is the Walking Dead issue number 100. First appearance of Negan, and it's also the death of Glenn. Pretty much, this is the downfall, I would say, of the TV show. I loved watching The Walking Dead. I did it for many, many years. Every episode, watched it. I think I stopped watching a few episodes into season 9 after Rick supposedly died. I'll probably catch up on it one day eventually again. But a lot of people considered when the show came out that when this issue happened and Glenn was killed and Negan was introduced, a lot of people stopped watching and checked out. They didn't like that. As the comics want, obviously the comics were different from the show, and I appreciate that in a certain degree. But this is a really great pickup, and this is the Platinum Edition, I believe they call it. So that was very cool to pick up. I would love to own the original Negan first appearance, though. That'd be cool to have. The other book I picked up from Second & Charles a while ago, this is for $2.95, and this is really cool. This is the Dynamic Forces exclusive X-Men Magneto sketch cover. And it also comes here with a certificate of authenticity. So let's read it. Dynamic Forces Inc. has issued the certificate to authenticate this copy of X-Men, the movie prequel, Magneto, concept sketch, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover as a specially limited series of 2,000 copies. And I have issue number 144 out of the 2,000. Don't know much about this. I know about the movie, obviously. But this is actually cool. In Second & Charles, I've made a few videos on my hauls. And also some of the best books I've picked up from Second & Charles. I found a $400 or $500 book at Second & Charles for $5. Highly recommend, if you have one in your area, check it out. So that was a really great, cool book to have for the collection. Moving on, a recent pickup. It was featured in my new Batman project video, but I also wanted to include it in here because it was, I haven't really talked about it all that much besides that. And this is the Brave and the Bold issue number 200, 200th anniversary issue. Great Batman cover, Batmobile, Bat Signal. It's actually notable for a few first appearances, but the biggest key in here is the first Quintana. She appeared in the Suicide Squad movie that was in 2016. I would love to see her return. I think James Gunn might use her again, and I think it's honestly another smaller, underrated DC key. Great cover, great first appearance. So happy to add that to the collection. Moving on, pretty sure I didn't feature these in any videos. And these are some Kang keys. This is Avengers Annual number 21, which is actually the first Victor Timely appearance, Kang as Victor Timely variant. And this used to be a book that I was told from fellow collectors used to find in the dollar bins a couple years ago. You could find this book in the dollar bins, 9/8 all day long, no problem. Victor Timely, aka Kang, is going to be in Loki Season 2. So this book has been hot for a few years. I think the highest, it's like raw copies, a $20 book or so. So it is a bit of a pricey book now, especially if you get a 9/8. Loki Season 1 was fantastic. I'm sure Loki Season 2 will also be fantastic. However, with the Jonathan Mayers news, it kind of puts, in my opinion, Kang keys at a question mark, depending on how well it is. And like I said, Loki Season 2, I think it's going to be just as good, if not better, than Season 1. And, Jonathan Mayers, with his problems, still, going through that, it's hard to say, but it's a nice key overall. The other Kang key I have also is the Avengers issue number 269, Kang vs. Immortus, Battle of Kang vs. Immortus, and it's also the origin of Kang as Raman Tut. Great cover, still, $20-$30 book, high grade raw. It will be interesting going forward to see what happens with Kang. He was supposed to be the next big bad, and haven't had news on what's going to happen. I hope he stays there. We'll have to see what happens. But still, great book, great cover, great to add to the collection. Moving on, another, and this is mostly, there's a few DC books in here, guys, but this is a lot of Marvel, and I've been collecting Marvel as well. I love Marvel. You can see in the background, I got some Marvel. The Avengers, issue number 267. And this is a near mint copy, too. This is high grade. First appearance of Nebula, who is also the adopted daughter of Thanos, who is, you know, had a big part in the MCU, and who knows what happens with her going forward. I've heard that the actress is kind of done. Not that she's done, but I mean, she wouldn't mind coming back, but, you know, we don't know what Guardians are going to return. It seems more like Nebula and Drax, if you have seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, are kind of retired and gonna do their own thing, and you know, so we'll see what happens with Nebula in the future. But this is actually an underrated, undervalued first appearance key, in my opinion, Avengers book. And I know Nebula, some people, you know, may not like the character or don't think she's as big, but I think she played a huge role in the MCU, and I think this book deserves a little bit more respect and value. Moving on, going back to some DC, of course. JSA Secret Files and Origins #1, and this is the first appearance, or first full appearance of Kendra Sanders, who is the second Hawkgirl. Bit of an underrated, undervalued key. You're gonna hear me say that a lot in my videos because, guys, I tend to gravitate towards keys that are undervalued because there's a lot of room for these books to grow. We recently got news that Hawkgirl will be in Superman Legacy. However, we don't know which Hawkgirl. I'm speculating, and I'm just, and not saying, don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody's word for it. But if you like to speculate, there's a good chance that this could be the Hawkgirl, and this is only like a $15 book. High grade right now. Go out, buy it, get a few copies maybe, hold off on it, see what happens. This could be the next big thing, or it could just be the original Hawkgirl, which her like first appearance is like, even for a low grade, it's in like the 20,000s or something like that. It's insane, but still great first appearance, full appearance, and happy to have the book and another underrated, undervalued keyed. Moving on, these next three books go hand in hand. I actually won these. If you watch one of my shorts, you would have saw I unboxed these, but I want to talk about them on the channel. I won a free giveaway from NJ Comic Shop. Great guys. I want to check out the shop soon. They had a giveaway on Threads, which I'm on, but not as much because there's not a lot of interaction on there. But anyway, they did a giveaway. I managed to win, and boy oh boy did I win some nice Marvel keys. Let's start off with the Incredible Hulk King Size Annual #5. Now you got Groot, you got Titan, Blimp, Diablo, Turbo, and Groom, or is that Groom? I think that's Groom. Now, this is a cool key. This is actually the second appearance of Groot in an original story. More specifically, a replica of Groot. I didn't know that. Now, the first appearance of Groot, my buddy, a friend of the channel, actually has the first appearance. I think he's trying to sell it, unless he already did. You know, that first appearance of Groot, I would love to have one day. Pretty pricey book in a couple $1,000 range. His second appearance is a much more affordable key. And honestly, guys, I mean, this is, you know, not high. You know, I'm not saying this. It's probably like in the 7 to 8 range. But still, a great book to have. A great cover. Second appearance of Groot. I think that's really cool. The next book, as you guys know, if I said, is I don't really collect too many Spider-Man keys. And not because I don't love Spider-Man, I do. I got a couple of Omniverse formats, collected editions of him. It's just, he has so many keys, and it would be like going down an even deeper hole. I'd rather just stay where I'm at now, collecting certain characters, and then one day gravitate towards them. But if I'm out in the hunt, and I find a good price for a good Spider-Man key, I'm going to take it. But this book came in there for free in the giveaway. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 98. First appearance of Spot. Great book, great cover. And, you know, this book is pretty sharp looking. Spot, I don't know much about his character. I think there's chatter about him joining the MCU or being in one of the Sony movies, maybe. We'll have to see. But great cover and, you know, good add to the edition. And the last book of this haul, or of this video, the last book I got out of the 3 books, this is really a big book. Nice, near mint, high grade, I would say, too, in my opinion. Iron Man 282. It is the first cover of War Machine. Tony is in the armor, of course, so it's not Rhodey. But this War Machine is probably, this issue is the most expensive, I would say, actually, out of the War Machine Sega, you would want to call it. This is a nice book. And something that I always want to have in the collection, and to win it as a free giveaway, I'm very thankful and really appreciate it. So shout out to, again, New Jersey Comic Stop for doing the giveaway and let me win these books. And guys, that is it for the video. Had fun making this. Like I said, I'm going little by little. My weekends, I only have off on the weekends now, Saturday, Sunday. Between going on vacation, coming back, I have a lot of stuff that I have to get done on the weekends, errands. If I gotta go to comic shows or comic hunting, that takes up time. So maybe in the future I might do another video where I post up other comics that I found that I forgot to talk about, because I have a lot. I'm going organized, and like I said, starting to organize slowly and go through stuff. And I was surprised when I saw these books, and I knew how to make a video, because these books are some great keys, some great covers, and they're just some random issues too that are really great, that I think every collector should own and have. So that's it. Do me a favor. If you liked the video and you're loving the channel and the content, hit that like button and please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below as well. Always welcome. You guys are the best. I mean, you know, having fun doing the channel. And I honestly, well, this Sunday I can say that there is a Comic-Con kind of thing where it's going to be a $1 sale of comics. Multiple vendors are showing up. I've already talked to some of them. They've said they're, like, some vendors have like 10, you know, $5, $10, $15 books that are going to be selling for $1 a piece. I don't know what exactly they wouldn't say, obviously, but I'm going to probably be going to that because everything's going to be $1. It's going to be a nice event. Probably have a video about that. Saturday, I'm going up to PA to meet a good buddy of our channel, good friend of the channel, 360 Comics. I am picking up, no lie guys, I am picking up a huge stack of books, not just from him, but from Pope of Chillytown and Brixton Comics, who I've been buying from, and they've been storing the comics at Joe's house. Appreciate you, Joe, for holding on to my stuff, really. So that's going to probably be a multiple video breakdown, because that has some massive keys, like big boys. So that's gonna be a good video. And I got an omnibus that recently was just released. Supposed to be here today. It didn't come. It should be here tomorrow, but I'm gonna have to crack it out and read it anyway. I can't wait to review that. Hint, it's a Batman Omni. You could probably figure it out. It's the newest one that was just released. It's gonna be fun. And speaking of Batman, Batman Day, this Saturday. So, am I going to be doing anything for Batman Day? That's the question. I think so. We'll see. I'm going to try, either I'm going to go live for my first time here on YouTube, or I'm just going to make a, you know, little video, maybe just showing off, like, the top 5 or 10 favorite Batman books and omnis in my collection currently, and just talk a little about the history of the character. But, you know, Batman is the center of my collection, and he is the center of this channel, so I definitely have to. But guys, I'm rambling on enough. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you on the next episode of Josh's Comics.